going to be doing a quick comparison slash, not really review, I guess, just more comparison of the fake Beats by Dr. Dre Pro and the real Beats by Dr. Dre Pro. I bought a pair of fake ones off eBay recently and decided I'd go get ones from the store to see. These are actually fairly well made fakes, to tell you the truth. It was really hard to tell the difference just by look alone, by themselves, until you do a side-by-side. So, sorry for all the movement. As you can see, on the right here, we've got this is the real one, the real Beats by Dre bag, and here on the left is the fake. So you can see they're pretty similar. The white might be slightly whiter on the real ones. Material is slightly different, but again, you wouldn't be able to tell unless you did a side-by-side comparison. And I'm not sure if you can see in the camera, the red's slightly different too. It's more vivid on the real, whereas on the fake it's a little bit more dull. But everything else seems pretty well the same. Looks and feels very similar. Very similar. Unless you're doing a side-by-side, there's no way you'd be able to tell. There's no way. Onto the boxes. Just from this glance, can you tell which one's real and which one's fake? I bet you can't. This bottom one here is the fake one. And really, the only way you can tell, this feels like a little bit stronger, and the velvet feels, or whatever material it is they use, feels a little bit nicer. It's a little bit softer. The white, again, just a tiny bit lighter, but there's no way you'd be able to know this unless you were looking at them like I am right now, side by side. And these little tabs here on the inside on the real ones, you can see that. It's just a little knob. And then on this guy, see, it's kind of like it's got a little nipple in it, a little indentation. Oh, sorry. And again, like this one's starting to crack. So it's just a little bit, quality's just a little bit below standard of the box, but pretty well looking at it, they look almost identical. And you'll see here, again, the only way to really tell that red is slightly more vivid on the real ones than it is right here on the fake. See that? The red is slightly different color. Now we opened it up. When I got this, I guess the cord is, oh, this is a big difference too. I wanted to note that the cord with the fake ones, see how you've got the 90-degree angle right there, and look how long it is until the section. You're looking at over a foot there before you make it to the coiled section, and then down. And then we'll see, take a look at these. This is from the real one. There's only a couple inches there. There's a few inches until you hit the coiled section. Again, with the reds, same thing. Slightly different. On the right, we've got the fake ones, and on the left, the real. And see, just a slight difference in the color. But if you didn't have them side by side, you would not be able to tell. There's no way you'd be able to tell. And you look at them head on to left, we've got the fake one, the right one, or sorry, right we've got fake, and left we've got the real. And they look pretty similar. You know, it's really hard to tell just by looking at it like that, even side by side. But the big tell off on that one was the length between like here to there and here to there. That's a huge difference. Now onto the headphones. When I got them, these were kind of shoddily in some really crappy plastic, just a plastic bag, nothing special, and it was wrapped up and it looked kind of messy just on the inside of the box. And when I got the real ones, they had this plastic. It's hard to do it with one hand here. Right here, you can see that plastic wrap. It kind of wraps down and up into there on both sides. And it also has a piece of plastic running, so you can see it right there. It runs around like that, which the fakes over here did not have. The biggest tell right away, just by looking at them, I knew that mine were fake when I first got them, is the thickness of the headband. You can see, and also how the way that it changes, how it kind of goes thick and then it goes thin and then thick. I didn't think that would happen with the real ones. So you look here, it's thick all the way around. That's quite a big, that was the biggest tell right there, was that. And then if you look too, right by these holes, it's just not, it looks looser on the fake ones, you know, it's not quite as clean. There's also right here, there's less space in between the end of your cup and where it meets the headphone jack. Whereas you look on these, there's a lot more space here, a lot more cushion. A lot more cushion for the pushing. See? Everything just looks cleaner, right? But again, at first glance, especially to the unknown buyer, that wouldn't look bad at all. But the thing is, and then you look at this, you put them side by side, and you can tell like there is definitely a big difference in how they are constructed. But the fakes are meant to fool, so they are built well, at least on the outside, to fool you, because it could definitely fool the average listener for sure. That's the fake ones. There's the real ones. Everything just looks a little bit cleaner. Just a little bit cleaner. And straight, you know, everything's just more aligned. The top ones, these are the fakes here, and these are the real ones. And really, by first glance right here, you can't really tell. You can't tell. They're meant, and they look good. They definitely look good. And you swivel these guys around to the fake ones. They don't click, which I'm told that. Actually, I haven't even flung these guys around yet, so I couldn't even tell you. But I was told that these ones don't do the same. That same clicking here. I'll just put this camera down for a second. Oh yeah, you won't be able to see it, but my goodness, there's a big difference in how I can feel the clicks. For one, there's these little clicks every time it moves. There's clicks for each notch it's hitting. And not only that, but it is smooth. It feels good. Really smooth, like really easy. Seems like it was just meant to do it. And you go, these ones, they still, when I first got it, I thought it felt nice, but now feeling it, it feels just stiff, kind of sticky. It makes noises a bit, if you can hear that. It's just not as good. It's not as, oh, that looks different. Oh, never mind. No, that piece is still the same. But yeah, it's just a lot. These are the fake ones here again. It's just stiffer to move it around. Let's see here. In the middle, you can kind of, I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it. It's not even all the way around here. You can see, if you get really close, there's nicks everywhere. There's little imperfections all the way around it. See, like especially right in there, you see that? There's kind of that space there. You look at these, the real ones, no imperfect, not the same kind of, I guess you can't really see on these videos, but it's hard to tell. You put these side to side, side view, again, they look pretty similar. Really hard to tell. Really hard to tell. People are saying about the brushed. I think they're getting better with the brushed because that literally, the brushed pieces look, to me, look the exact same. I can't tell a difference. The only differences that I can see is there's a bunch of little blemishes here and there like that on the fakes, and there just aren't those on the real ones. Just no blemishes. It's much more smooth. But, you know, at first glance, I can't tell looking at them right now. I can't tell which ones are real and which ones are fake. They're both pretty legit. But I haven't done yet a sound test, but I'm going to. The fakes for sound, especially for the average listener, not that bad. The sound that comes from these fakes, I mean, again, for an audiophile, it's not going to be very good, even especially people who are, you know, really picky about their headphones and the sound that they get. It's not the greatest sound, that's for sure. Nothing compared to the actual beats, but for the average listener, it would sound better than your regular headphones, so it would be easy to be fooled by these and think differently of them. But yeah, that's it for now.